that as women, we play a big part in uniting our peoples. It's been a time where we can answer the legislative violence that we have suffered, endured from the Royal Proclamation 1700.
What I'd like to share with you, because the program talks about what it means to be alone. And my biography talks about being the first First Nations woman to ever get elected in BC's history, which was 4 years ago. I knew what it was like to be alone when I was 19 and I tried to kill myself. I didn't win that war. The Creator had a different plan for me. So the Declaration talks about resilience. I am so thankful for my life. And I'm so thankful to my ancestors and their fight. And that's all of our truth. What has helped me as an MLA is having empathy. I have a groundswell of empathy. I have a lot of life experience in the trenches of growing up in East Vancouver with a single mom. And I don't have enough time, and probably you don't have enough time to go over my life history. But what I've tried to do is use what I've learned in my youth and as an advocate, and just apply that to my role as an MLA. Speak on behalf of people that don't have a voice. Step up. There was a lot of talk today about stepping up, even though, you know, I might be feeling tired and exhausted. I have no choice. We've got to step up because people are relying on us to be their voice. And I think when we can come together like we've done today, it's like medicine, right? It's that good medicine that fuels you for those days when you're really feeling like you want to give up.
Racism is one thing, but overt racism is scary. And I remember at least 3 or 4 instances where I actually feared for my life because of walking into a restaurant in a isolated town, and we knew we weren't welcome, and nobody even said anything. And it was so scary that my husband sat down and tried to be normal. We knew nobody was going to come wait on us. My husband looked at me and he said, "I'm going to get up and go to the bathroom." He said, "In a few seconds or whatever, I want you to pick up our son, make your way to the door, run to the car."
The strength that I received, and my sister is here right there, the strength that my sister and I received from our parents and our grandparents, particularly our grandmothers, and particularly Kublai, my father's mother, and the teachings and the laws in our big house. Teachings of what it means to be a member of a community, and that everyone has a role to play in that community, and if you're prevented from playing that role, then the community suffers.
I am a family member of a missing and murdered Indigenous woman. So my aunt has been missing, Belinda Williams, since 1978. My cousin went missing in 1996. Her DNA was later found on Robert Picton's farm. And so I do a lot of work around this issue. I mean, my other cousin was taken by a different serial killer, Terry Arnold, and she was raped by him in the mountains. Thankfully, she survived. My other aunt was pushed out of a window in the downtown east side, actually, and thankfully she survived as well. And just as an Indigenous woman, like a girl, when I was a girl, there was so much violence around me. It's just something that I grew up in and with, and I know it very well. I've seen so many of my friends in violent situations. It's just all around us.
I think this, brings everybody together in terms of women leadership. Could be leadership as a chief or a hereditary chief, or a leader in different organizations where they can support each other and create the dialogue needed for not only for themselves in leadership, but also for all Indigenous women in British Columbia.